the behaviors of a lot of American men, and I've noticed that a lot of American men are very easily triggered. A lot of American men, a lot of them are just, emotionally unstable. A lot of American men are angry. They get angry real fast. They they just, they're a lot of times when you see them, their jaws are clenching. That you can see the jaw muscles bunched up. The way they walk, their mobility. They have this ambulation about them that's intimidating. And it's like, well, why is that? Why are so many American men so unhappy, so stressed? Why are so many American men not at ease? Why are so many American men just, it's like they're just not happy. They're just, a lot of American men are just, it's like they have this unsettling energy about them. It's because there's so many things that are missing in a man's life. You know, uh, when a young boy, he turns 18, he graduates from high school, and he's faced with what? Oh, I have to go to work. I have to, you know, a lot of 18-year-old men are not able to live on their own. The cost of living is so high. When he turns 18, if he has one of those parents that say, okay, you're 18, it's time to go. Time for you to move out. It's like, just finished high school, you know, still don't have a job. You're 18, you got to move out. A lot of parents don't understand that a lot of people, men and women, are not ready to move out when they turn 18 and when they finish high school. Okay, at age 21, with the cost of living, still not able to afford to live on their own. The cost of living in a lot of cities in America is so high, and the way these apartment complexes are, um, you have to make 3 times the rent. Now imagine having to make 3 times the rent on $15 an hour, because if all you have is a high school education, that's all you're going to get is $15 an hour. You're lucky if you get a job that's $20 an hour in a city like San Francisco, Los Angeles, New York City. You can't afford an apartment at $20 an hour. That's not 3 times the rent. So you have to uh, go housemating. You have to couch surf. You have to just imagine being 19, 20 years old and having to couch surf, because you have no privacy, and everybody wants to know, why is it that so many young men are single? Because in order for a young man to have a girlfriend nowadays, he's got to make 3 times the rent. No woman, and I mean no women, no woman, not even an average woman, not even a slightly below average woman, as they like to say, they like to label people in different classes. The below average standards that some women have. Some women have lower than average standards. They don't even want to date a 19, 20-year-old that's got 4 roommates, that's couch surfing, that's that doesn't live by himself. A lot of those women, they want a man that has privacy. They want a man that has his own car. He's got to have a car. He's got to have an apartment at least. They're not going to expect him to have a house because he just turned 19, 21, 23, still in college, just left high school. They're not going to expect you to have a house at that point. But if you have roommates, if you have housemates, the only women that are going to want to date you are women that also are in college and have housemates. And those women, a lot of them, I mean, they're on social media trying to find a sugar daddy. Let's just be honest. They're on social media trying to find a man that's 15 years older than them, that already has a house, has a car, is already established, that owns his own business, making 6 figures. That's why you have so many young men that are single. So let's put it this way. Why so many young men are uptight, clenching their jaws, tense, stressed, walking around mad with their fists balled up? It's like all that testosterone, you know, but nowhere to release it. You know, a man at age 18 to 35, his testosterone is so the way society is, okay, and the way that society has programmed women to think. Society has programmed women to think that women don't have sex, 4B, don't have sex with men, don't date men, don't marry men, don't have children by men. You can go, they tell women it's okay to go get a girlfriend and and get pregnant that way, and then, you know, through an anonymous donor, but don't have a child with a man. Don't date men. You know, you don't need a man. You know, get your education. That, especially with these college women, okay, they are taught this. They are indoctrinated by this in college and in high school and at home with their single mothers telling them, don't date men. Don't get a boyfriend. Don't be intimate with men. Don't mess with men. So all these young men, then everybody blames these young men for not having a girlfriend, for not being intimate with a woman, for not having a opportunity to have a family. It's like, why are you 27 years old and you don't have kids and never got married, and you don't have any children? You're not producing. And these young men, they get accused of being incels. That's what happens. Society labels them incels. There are men out there that label them incels. Like men nowadays don't stand a chance in society as far as gaining sympathy and empathy from society. There's no support groups for men in society. There's none. The only support groups that there are for men are Alcoholics Anonymous, jail, prison, the court system, criminal defense, the bar district, you know, a couple guys that are going through divorce that are paying child support, alimony. That's the only support system that men have nowadays, the older men. The younger men, it's what? You go work out, you know, you go to school. You're 18, go to work, go to school. But they tell a man that he can't make love to a woman because that's what they're saying. They're telling women don't date men. They're telling women don't have sex with men. They're telling women don't have a child by a man. They're telling women don't associate with men. So how is that not telling a man that he can't make love to a woman, that he cannot procreate, that he cannot have a family, that he's destined to be alone for the rest of his life or live with random people couch surfing at different times? They tell a man, they take away a man's right to happiness. They take away a man's pathway to happiness, to fulfill his ultimate purpose in life, which is to procreate, to make love to a woman and to have a family. And they tell him, you can't do that. You can't. You're a man. You don't have a right to make love. You don't have a right to be affectionate. You don't have a right to have compassion and empathy. Then men get turned against other men. Men start knocking other men, calling them incels because they don't have girlfriends or they don't have children. And then you wonder why you have so many men that are walking around in society tense, bunched up, angry, frustrated, like overly muscular, overly working out in the gym, you know, overly on video games. They tell a man, okay, if you want pleasure, then you go watch the cornfields grow. That's what you do. But you'll never see a woman. You'll never ever be able to make love to a woman. You never ever be able to get married or have a child. You never ever be able to live with a woman. to have a woman help you in your life. All of these things are pushing men to the very edge of the law, of sanity, of mental health, of substance abuse. It's like that energy has to go somewhere. A man needs love. A man is like a tree. He needs light. He needs energy. He needs connectivity. He needs nutrition. He needs support. He needs love. You know, but they tell women that to go get a dog, and that a dog is more deserving of love and affection than a man. And then people don't think that men don't internalize this. People think that men don't take this in, especially young men. That these young impressionable men, they're getting told that a dog means more in society than them. And then these men, they walk around with all this internalized self-hate, gender confusion, gender resentment, gender identity confusion disorder. And it's like all this energy, all this confusion, all this, then you tell a man, okay, you got to go make $12 an hour, $15, $18 an hour. Or if you really want a high standard of living, you go into debt that you'll never see the light of day. Student loans, card loan, credit card loan, because you're making minimum wage the whole time you're in college. And so you graduate from college and you have all these debts, So, yeah, you're making more money because you graduated college. But now it's all going to debt. Work, this is the thing, okay? So many men are not happy because men are caught in this vicious hamster roller of it just keeps going. You keep spinning around in that hamster cage, that Ferris wheel. You keep spinning in there. Work without wage, work without wages, work without rewards isn't work, because that's what it is. It's work without rewards. You don't make enough to get an apartment, so you can't have a girlfriend, because no woman wants to date you because you live with your best friend, because you don't have privacy. And everybody says that's why are so many young men single. This is why. I mean, women have much higher standards in dating, and it's their body, their choice, their mind, their choice. They have a right to have standards. But most men, 97% of American men, are not able to achieve those standards that women are looking for. Not able to. The economy doesn't allow them to. The family structure doesn't allow them. Most men come from single parent households. They never learn how to be a man, how to do manly things. And then society complains about how, man, why don't men, why don't men man up? Man up, man up. It's like, how do you man up when you don't have the money to man up? How do you man up when you don't know how to man up? When no one taught you how to man up? How do you, a lot of women are like, why don't men approach women? Well, we know that women are not attainable. We know that we can't achieve a relationship with a woman. We don't have what women are looking for. We don't have enough money. We don't have enough cars. We don't have enough houses. We're $150,000 in debt. We're not tall enough. We're not good looking enough. We wear glasses. We're nerdy. The list goes on. And it's not that we don't want to man up enough. It's just we don't have the standards. Like, we know that it's unrealistic for us to man up and approach women. and walk around like we're happy when we don't have the self-confidence to do so. We don't have the self-confidence to ask women out on dates because we know we're already defeated the moment that we leave high school. We're already lost. So it's like, tell a man that he can't make love to a woman. Tell a man that he can work his whole life working just above minimum wage or earning a good job if he has a degree, earning good wages, but it all goes to debt. Tell that man that he can't own a house, that he can't own a homestead, that he can't own acreage, that he cannot buy real property in his name, that he's got to live in a one-bedroom apartment, efficiency apartment for the rest of his life. Tell a man that he has no right to make love to a woman. Tell a man that he has no right to own real property. Tell a man that he has no right to have children, no right to procreate, that he's got to hold all that energy in. Tell a man that his only option is to watch the cornfields grow. And expect that man to be happy and to walk around with a smile on his face. And tell that man that just think positive, which he should, but expect men to always be happy and to be content when he's in that Ferris wheel of a hamster race, saying, where I'm not getting anywhere. And the reality is that work without rewards is not work. And expect that man to be happy. Expect that man to be relaxed and calm when he's got all this energy built up inside of him, because he cannot achieve his ultimate purpose in this life, which guides him towards eternity. It's unbelievable.